Sometimes I think I have the same thing you have, that people automatically assume that I'm mean or that I'm a certain type of way, and I'm actually one of the nicest people.
You know what I'm saying? She came to me, and this was something she never did because Remy's not really apologetic.
I don't think she is.
Let's get straight to the subject then. One of Remy Ma's games is Papoose. He allegedly pulled up on her and insisted that she sign the divorce papers right away. But she is refusing to move since Pap might force her to pay the alimony payment if she does, since Pat supported her during her more than 10 years in prison and raised her son. Let's not pretend that he doesn't have a case. Now that she cheated and moved on, she wants to postpone the divorce. Oh, we must enter this mess. Although Papoose dislikes boasting on the internet, he has been begging Remy for a divorce in secret for some time. In fact, he has begged her to release him every time, but she always finds an excuse. What's the delay, Remy? You're attempting to keep me legally bound to you, even though you previously fled with easy-to-block Captain and publicly humiliated me. When he finally had enough, he went up to her and demanded answers. But when he brought up alimony, Ree's attitude suddenly changed. And her sister was shaken because, let's be honest, she understood that after all these years of devotion, Pat might just come for the bag if she went through with a divorce. All of us watched Remy go about with easy to block, even though she was still legally married to Pat Child. She had the arrogance to rap about him in a battle, effectively confessing that she was in love with someone else. The contempt was audible. The captain is acting cheesy like a romantic high school student.
Only gonna address this one time, since y'all wanna be on the front lines. Hey, yo, Remy, don't you love me? See, right there, that's the punchline.
The funny part, though, is that you've already moved on, Mr. Block. Remy wants to seem like a completely different person because her life is falling apart after Captain left her for two younger ladies. She dismissed this man with ease, but now that she and Pep have unfinished business, she wants to make it appear logical. Everyone to prevent him from being joyful. Clarissa Shields, an undefeated boxing champion and self-made millionaire, is the actual one that Pep has already acquired. She's more than simply a girl on Instagram. She's winning and very successful.
I love him. I love having his support, you know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There we go. We deserve each other.
Clarissa has been encouraging Pap by singing to him, wishing him a happy birthday and pushing him to succeed. Remy spoiled Pap's plans for a Valentine's Day trip to Hawaii and his readiness to pop the question by refusing to sign the paperwork. Pap is prepared to move on, but Remy wants to play keep away because her brief romance with Easy didn't work out. And Clarissa is also upset because she doesn't want another woman to dictate her relationship. This is where it gets really messy. Remy is stalling because of the money, not because he is in love. During her 6 years in prison, Remy's husband was her strongest supporter, manager, and public relations team. While she was inside, he took care of her infant, marketed her music, and even had her mixtapes released. Remy's clothing line is currently worth over $4 million. Okay, they consider the length of their marriage 11 years, but TV checks album royalties. And she's sitting on a bag while Pap's net worth is significantly smaller. Let's face it, he sacrificed his profession to support hers. Don't play around when it comes to long-term marriages and financial sacrifices. Income inequality has plenty of time to develop. Remy is aware that we're only discussing half of it, because she isn't trying to sign their paperwork, because Pap was basically her rock. Remy earns a lot more money. Pap may receive that check if he goes to court. Remy turned sour and disclosed a private text message discussion between Clarissa and Pap. She claimed that Pap had made fun of Clarissa's appearance and threatened to call the police on her. Now, girl, Clarissa is done playing. Okay. She is a legitimate, professional fighter, and if Remy keeps competing, she may see these hands coming in and going out of the ring. Hold on, let's for a moment flip everything upside down. Could it be that Pap hasn't really moved on? What if the goal of this whole arrangement is to exact revenge on Remy for making him appear awful rather than to fall in love with Clarissa? You see, Pap had no desire to part from Remy. He made their marriage a fairy tale, rebuilt her profession, reared her child, and waited for her for over a decade. He stayed until Remy became too blatant about it in public, cupcaking with the captain, who was simple to block even when the cheating suspicions initially started. That wasn't his intention because he was ejected. Although Clarissa Shields, his current partner, is totally committed to him, is he really that committed to her? Let's be honest. Pap seems like the type of guy who likes ladies, and Clarissa has a tomboy attitude. Remy had that balanced savage but feminine. Even though Clarissa is making a lot of effort to be ultra-feminine for him, does he find it appealing? Furthermore, it's clear how he behaves with her because she puts up paragraphs complimenting him and showing him off like a trophy, while Pat just exists and doesn't share her joy.
Us, the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Since Pep has never been messy and has always kept quiet about black love and loyalty, I'm here because it makes Remy happy. However, he suddenly realizes that he is in a new relationship by making public jokes about Remy that don't sound like a man in love. And by keeping in mind that men don't break up easily when they are actually in love. They may even end up getting back together. What will happen when Clarissa understands that she is giving this her all is the question at hand. But what if Pap is merely using her to exact revenge on Remy? Child, what if one day he wakes up and finds that he still wants his wife back? Clarissa may be in for an unpleasant awakening, and the heartbreak is crushing. I'm not alone among those who believe this, because the first comment I came across stated because she seems to be going all out for Papoose and he constantly seems to be in the background, peering as though he doesn't care what she is wearing. I think Clarissa will be devastated by him. She tries to be very feminine for him, but she is uncomfortable and tomboyish. I believe he is simply enjoying getting even with Remy for hurting and shaming him because he wasn't attempting to leave her before she strayed. And he appears to enjoy thuggish, feminine women. I want to see Clarissa, but she doesn't know what she's getting herself into because she's young and vulnerable, and Pap is still Ree's spouse. You all don't care that Remy said Pap cheated in the song and Pap is conversing with Clarissa and other individuals. Since he's in love and doesn't share Clarissa's enthusiasm for the relationship, he's received some pushback and has truly moved on. Since Pap is all about his bag and will never fall in love with someone like Remy Ma, I hope she won't suffer any harm. I apologize, but could you please tell me who you guys are rooting for to eventually defend himself? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below about either Clarissa being a true woman and putting up with all of this drama, or Remy acting broke and holding on to a man she no longer wants.